Hey everyone, this is the Peaceful Warrior, giving a video response to Sawyer's latest review of Naruto Chapter 598, his live reaction to the revelation that Tobi may in fact be Obito. Man, I'm with you. When I first saw this, I said to myself, first of all, I didn't like the flashbacks. But then after the last page, I was sort of able to appreciate them. If for anything else, because it was a quiet chapter, which is something that we rarely get with Kishimoto, because he likes to talk so damn much, even though we're in a war, and you're not, and the last place for a lot of talking is supposed to be during war. Yeah, we've had so much talking. So I mean, but whatever. So I was able to appreciate the flashbacks not only for their silence, but because they were a very good build-up, in my opinion. Even though the ultimate revelation of Tobi's identity was a disappointment. So many things just don't make sense, and so many things, man, just are not wanted. Tobi is supposed to be like, that's the thing. Tobi and Obito are two completely different characters. Two completely different characters. Obito is more in line with Naruto as a character. You can say immature, so to speak, naive to a certain extent, rash, shoots from the hip, impatient, loudmouth, just kind of very low in self-control, if you will. Tobi is everything opposite. He's cold, he's calculated, he's manipulative, he's cunning, he's crafty. You know what I'm saying? He's very intelligent, very intellectual, not just in combat sense, but just mentally. And if you think about the scale and the sophistication of the plans that he's had, there's no way that Obito would have the prowess and the genius to be able to think this stuff up. Absolutely no way. So I'm completely with you that several things don't make sense. Least of all, Obito is practically the same age as Nagato, which, since that's the case, there's no way that he can go from awakening the Sharingan and to giving Nagato the Rinnegan in the same war. Absolutely not. There's just absolutely no way that can happen. For one thing, Nagato already had the Rinnegan by the time of the Third World War. He was already being trained by Jiraiya. He, Conan, and Yahiko. So how is Obito going to go from dying after just having awoken his Sharingan to somehow growing in so much skill in so short of a time, to awakening his Rinnegan, going to an entirely different country that has strict border control, that requires obviously immense skills in infiltration, to going to a village and giving a Rinnegan to somebody he doesn't even know? That just does not make sense. I don't care how you try to plug that. It just doesn't make sense. And then all of a sudden, we're supposed to believe that he's going to go from just awakening his Sharingan to acquiring the skill so that he can defeat Anbu under direct command of the third Hokage, defeat the third Hokage's wife, okay, go in and out of the village's top secret barriers without being detected, have space-time ninjutsu greater than the second and fourth Hokages together. He's going to be able to tame the Kyuubi. And most of all, he's going to be able to do all these things while putting the fourth Hokage himself into a corner and practically going head-to-head with him. I mean, get real, people. I mean, there's just absolutely no way that can happen. Not within that time span. Now, if he was to accomplish all of those things we just mentioned now, yes, that would make absolute sense. But I mean, he just simply doesn't have that skill level. Bottom line. And please don't let me find out, or please don't let us find out, that if Tobi is truly Obito, the way that he was able to do all these things was because Madara somehow found him and conveniently, I mean a super convenience, just somehow shared everything he knew. Like, come on, how bizarre, how random is that? Madara is just going to go to finding somebody who's dead, practically, left for dead, and just trust him instinctively? Madara had a grudge against the entire ninja world. So he's just going to go trust some random kid? It just doesn't make sense. I mean, it just does not make sense. There's no way that Obito would ever be the type of ninja that would have the skill, the intelligence, and the prowess to be able to develop plans like these, number one, and to carry them out, number two. Period. I mean, just absolutely not. I mean, even if he acquired the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, there's no way that Obito would ever be on this scale. Period. This is Itachi level type stuff. Like I mean, that's how methodical you have to be disciplined, methodical, patient, cunning, crafty, everything that Obito is not. And what's supposed to have set him on this path anyway? The death of Rin? Are you serious? You doing all this for a woman? I mean, you can get another woman. And it's not like Rin wasn't his only friend. He had Kakashi. Okay? He had the fourth. So, I mean, there's no reason for him to lose his mind against his other friends because of the friend that he lost. We can see Sasuke going down the path of a Tobi because of the loss of his entire clan and the loss of his older brother and the suffering that his older brother went through because of their connection with the village. We can understand that. And Sasuke is somebody who, if he failed initially to get his vengeance, he's somebody who we can see taking the path of Tobi and developing and acquiring all these manner of skills and developing plans on this level of sophistication in order to exact true vengeance. Like, we can see Sasuke. Sasuke is that genius combat-wise and skill-wise, combat-wise and intellectually, where he can be able to pull off the same level of plans, if not greater plans, that Tobi has been able to develop. We can see that progression. That's more logical. Okay. But Obito, the guy who taught Kakashi what true trash is and gave him his Rinnegan so that he can serve that ideal, is going to turn on the village and have a grudge against the clan? I mean, he was a proud Uchiha. He was a proud Konoha shinobi. And he's just going to turn on the village. Period. I mean, just period. Absolutely not, man. This makes no sense whatsoever. What I think is happening is that Tobi is using Obito's body, just as Orochimaru used the body of several others, en route to trying to get Sasuke's body, which was his ideal body. Now, if you think about that, Orochimaru never once acknowledged the bodies of the people that he had. He never considered himself to be the person whose body he had. Okay? That is why I think that Tobi may be referring to himself as no one, because he refuses to be acknowledged as he is. And that's why he calls himself a shell of his former self, because he's nothing, he's just the body. Is simply a shell of who he used to be as Uchiha Madara. That's my personal opinion. Okay, and I believe that just as Orochimaru was seeking an ideal body and refused to acknowledge the bodies that he was using en route to acquire that ideal body, is the same way in which Tobi is using the body of Obito en route to acquiring his ideal body. And personally, I believe that ideal body is himself as a 10-tailed Jinchuriki within the body of the Madara we see in Ito Tensei form. That's my personal opinion. So, I mean, I have a little bit more to say, but I'm going to leave it there. So tell me what you all think, and I appreciate your time.